I am R. Lakshmi, the professor of English, GDC Khairtabad. This is the video lesson for the grammar voice, Unit 2, Semester 3, Degree 2nd Year syllabus. In English grammar, voice describes the relationship between the verb and the subject. When the subject is the doer of the action, the verb is said to be in active voice. When the subject is receiver of the action, the verb is said to be in passive voice. For example, in the sentence, Rishi ate the mango, the verb ate is in active voice because the subject of the sentence, Rishi, is performing the action expressed by the verb. However, in the sentence, the mango was eaten by Rishi, the verbal phrase was eaten is in the passive voice because the subject, the mango, is receiver of the action. The active voice is the most common type of voice in both spoken and written English and is generally considered to be the default voice. The active voice is preferable to the passive voice because it uses fewer words and states clearly who is performing the action. You should always try to use the active voice when there is no direct object. The sentences without direct objects must be active. For example, the singer performed for an hour. We left immediately after the concert. For active voice, sentences use the verb instead of the noun form of words. For instance, use announce instead of make an announcement. Similarly, permitted instead of granted permission, and so on. So we have exercise 1, exercise 2 and exercise 3. Exercise 4, I expect the students to practice, and the exercise 1, 2, 3, I just give the answers while reading the questions. Exercise 1 instructs, rewrite the following sentence changing the noun forms into verb forms. The first sentence, they only made a translation of previous studies. Translation is a noun form. So the verb form that can be used, they only translated the previous studies. Second sentence, we held a discussion on an important topic. Discussion is a noun form. We discussed an important topic. Third sentence, they could not reach an agreement on any issue. Agreement is an verb, noun form, is the noun form. They could not agree on any issue. So agree is the verb form. The fourth sentence, we put forth a proposal for an alternative plan. We proposed an alternate plan. Fifth sentence, the police conducted an investigation into the matter. Investigation is the noun form. The police investigated the matter. Investigated is the verb form. Buyers should make a comparison between competing products. Buyers should compare between products. Seventh sentence, researchers were asked to make an analysis of the results. Researchers were asked to analyze the result. Eighth sentence, the members raised an objection to the new proposal. The members objected to the new proposal. Objection, noun form. Objected is the verb form. Ninth sentence. The company made a decision to expand its reach. The company decided to expand its reach. Tenth sentence. We did not get a chance to give an explanation. We did not get chance to explain. So after each noun form of sentence, I have given you the verb forms to the same sentence. So this is active voice, and the active voice is the default voice. We have to note that passive voice cannot be used in an intransitive form of verb. An intransitive form of verb which does not have an object. For example, the baby was sleeping. The object is a clause. Example, they wanted us to stay another week. The passive voice generally is not to be used if it is an interrogative sentence. For example, who taught you English? If you use a passive voice, it will sound awkward. For example, by whom were you taught English? This is awkward. So generally, we never make use of passive voice for any interrogative sentence. We have to make use of passive voice when we do not know the agent of the action and you want to make the sentence softer and less hostile, and to avoid taking the blame. The agent of the action is unknown and we want to give a sentence. For example, the Indian team for the World Cup has been announced. So this is a passive form of sentence. We don't know the agent of the action here. So to avoid taking the blame, for example, a mistake was made instead of we made a mistake, which is active. We do not want to take the blame for anything. So a mistake was made. So in these type of situations we make use of passive voice. To change active voice sentences into passive voice, we need to know or we need to have object in a sentence. That is, replace the active voice with a matching passive voice. Use the preposition by. These are the rules that we follow when we change the active sentence into the passive voice. The object will become the subject in the passive voice. So the exercise 2, convert the following sentences from active voice into the passive voice. I will give the answer. After I read the active sentence, I give the passive sentence simultaneously. So be attentive. This is all the exercise 2 to change the active form into the passive voice. The first sentence, Hari ate 6 puris at dinner. Passive voice, 6 puris were eaten by Hari at dinner. Active voice and second sentence, my friend has completed the work. The passive voice, the work has been completed by my friend. Third sentence, Sunita changed the bed sheet. Passive voice, the bed sheet was changed by Sunita. Fourth sentence, Sarah ran the hurdle race in record time. Passive voice, the hurdle race was run by Sarah in record time. Fifth sentence, my mom painted the picture in one day. Passive voice, the picture was painted by my mom in one day. Sixth sentence, the student wrote a brilliant review. Passive voice, a brilliant review was written by the student. Seventh sentence, thousands of tourists visit the Taj Mahal every year. Passive voice, the Taj Mahal is viewed by thousands of tourists every year. Eighth sentence, the Indian team will play the game tomorrow. Passive voice, the game will be played by the Indian team. Ninth sentence, the manager will give you your job. Passive voice, your job will be given to you by the manager. 10th sentence, the landlord painted the house to let it out. Passive voice, the house was painted by the landlord to let it out. So this is all about the exercise 2 in which we translated or we changed the sentences from the active voice into the passive voice. Now the exercise 3. Convert the following sentences from the passive voice into the active voice. Convert the following sentences from the passive voice into the active voice. The first sentence, a refresher course will be attended by the faculty every year. Active voice, the faculty will attend a refresher course every year. Second sentence, an application for the new job was sent by her. Active voice, she sent an application for the new job. Third sentence, a beautiful picture was painted by Tony. Tony painted a beautiful